So coming back, we have been using the diving break here to try to eliminate the technical problems in the streaming, the video stream. I think the audio is coming through fine, however, the video not so much. So we'll try to keep you updated with the voice. I do not think we're going to be able to resolve the stream problems. My apologies for that, but we'll try to use the words to give you as much description as possible, let you know what's going on. As we come back, we're going to start with the women's 100-yard butterfly. There'll be 3 heats. In heat 1 of 3, there are only 4 swimmers. In lane 3, Kiara Wright from Pioneer. In lane 4, Jillian Braden from Celine. Lane 5, Lucy Schneiderwind from Huron. And lane 6, Bella Arbaugh from Celine. Again, it's at the bottom of the screen to the top. Lanes 3, 4, 5, and 6. Wright, Braden, Schneiderwind, Schneiderwind, I don't think there's an R in there, sorry, and Arbaugh. Folks, my apologies to everybody. I'll do the best with the names to try to get them correct. I'm just going to shut the time off because it doesn't work, and we'll just update if we can. We're on the fly, right? The 100-yard fly. Is it letting us? Okay. Three. So, I don't know why. It's overloading the encoder. Don't do anything. We're just showing you that's the... So... It sounds good. The audio is probably running okay, but the video is not.
Is this in your truck overnight?
It's the laptop. Still waiting to get resumed after the diving break. We will be again coming back with the 100-yard fly. 3 heats.
This is the 2 for the start of the 100-yard.
Sweater for yourself? That's nice. My mother-in-law does that. Oh, nice. Like little when the girls were little, these little skirts that just were pierced with the balls at the end. Oh, so cute. Of course I have to save them for life, you know?
Still in the delay, the swimmers for the first heat of the 100 fly are near the blocks and ready to go, but no announcement yet. I see the race official on the far side pointing over to the race official on the near side. They're requesting the timers to return to their lanes, so that's a good sign. Again, the 100-yard fly is on the blocks. Wright, Braden, Schneiderwind, and Arbaugh. At the midway point, it's going to be Wright, followed by, Arbaugh, followed by Braden. And taking the heat will be Bella Arbaugh with a time of 59.67. Finishing second is going to be Jillian Braden from Celine with a time of 109.08. Third did not get a time touch, but that's going to go to Kiara Wright. Oh, there it finally came in, 119.83 for Kiara Wright. Something didn't register there. We didn't get a time for Lucy Schneidewind, so there was a touchpad failure. I believe that she had third, and Kiara Wright would finish in the fourth spot in the heat. Congratulations in that heat to Bella Arbaugh from Celine, who appears to have achieved a state cut. It's an excellent time. Way to go, Bella. You're on your way to states. Bringing us to the second heat of the 100-yard butterfly. At the bottom of the screen in lane 1, Callie Streeter for Huron. Lane 2, Johanna Horvath from Skyline. Lane 3, Allison Yadmark from Pioneer. Lane 4, Sawako Sakamoto from Huron. Lane 5, Addison Kim from Skyline. Lane 6, Marin Husel from Skyline. Lane 7, Clara Bowman from Huron. And Lane 8, Gracie Howe, or it's Ho, H-O-U, from Pioneer. From the bottom of the top, Streeter, Horvath, Yadmark, Sakamoto, Kim, Husel, Bauman, and Howe. Me too. At the midway point, it's going to be Sawako Sakamoto touching first, followed by Addison Kim from Skyline in second place. Clara Bauman from Huron is right behind Kim. Taking the heat will be Sawako Sakamoto with a time of 101.05. Second will go to Allison Yakamoto from Pioneer, 104.89. And Clara Bowman from Huron in third, 104.99, 10 seconds behind. Fourth, Addison Kim from Skyline, 105.73. Fifth, Johanna Horvath, Skyline, 108.37. Sixth goes to Callie Streeter with a time of 109.09. Seventh, Marin Husel from Skyline, 109.23. And rounding out the heat, Gracie Howe from Pioneer with a time of 1:12.12. Moving on to the finals of the 100-yard butterfly. In lane 1 at the bottom, from Ann Arbor Pioneer, Ava Woods. In lane 2 from Celine, Samantha Graydon. Lane 3, Emily Tran from Huron. Lane 4, Lindsay Oranger Howe from Pioneer. Lane 5, Claire Cosma from Skyline. Lane 6, Holly Pringle from Pioneer. Lane 7, Johanna Ehrman from Celine. And lane 8, Courtney Marsh from Celine. From the bottom of the screen to the top, Woods, Garden, Tran, Oranger Howe, Cosma, Pringle, Ehrman, and Marsh.
Heat 3, 100 yard
The finals of the 100-yard fly are on the blocks. At the midway point, it's going to be extremely close with 4 swimmers across the top, really 5 swimmers very close together. At the split, I believe, went to Oranger Howe. 3/100ths of a second behind her was Emily Tran. Gonna have a very close between second and third. Oranger Howe's gonna take the heat with a time of 56.95. Second goes to Emily Tran from Huron with a time of 57.87. And third goes to Holly Pringle with a time of 57.90, just 3/100ths of a second behind. Fourth goes to Samantha Garden from Celine, 57.96. Fifth, Claire Cosma, 59 from Skyline, 59.27. Sixth goes to Johanna Ehrman. Oh, they took my times down, so they went a little too fast, so I cannot complete the times on the rest of that. They're showing a team score update, though. Ann Arbor Pioneer in the lead with 308. Celine in second with 254. Skyline in third with 201. And Huron in fourth with an even 200 points. Maybe they'll come back to that. I think that's why they wanted to show the team scores. So they removed the times from the board just a little bit sooner than I could get through them. There were some state cuts in that final, but we believe that everybody that swam them already had state cuts. So congratulations once again to all the swimmers qualifying for states. Getting the times back from the finals, well, they just moved it again. Bella was sixth. Well, we are going to move on to the 100-yard free. In lane 1, Simone Chin from Skyline. This is the first heat. Lane 2, Rihanna Gleason from Huron. Lane 3, Miranda Stanish. Lane 4, Sophia Regal. Lane 5, Ali Sutton from Huron. Lane 6, Anna Esper from Huron. Lane 7, Jasmine Gillette from Skyline. Lane 8, Jayla Fields from Skyline. From the first heat of the 100 yards free is on the blocks. At the split, Ali Sutton from Huron will turn first, followed by Sophia Regal from Huron in second place. It's very close for third. Close for third between Gleason and Esper. Taking the heat will be Ali Sutton from Huron with a time of 107.37. Second will go to Sophia Regal with a time of 109.07. Touching third will be Anna Esper with a time of from Huron with a time of 113.68. Fourth, Miranda Stanish from Celine, 114.23. Fifth, Rihanna Gleason from Huron, 118.4. Sixth, Jasmine Gillette from Skyline, 119.3. Seventh goes to Simone Chin from Skyline, 129.74. And rounding out the heat was Jayla Fields from Skyline with a time of 131.33. Moving forward to the second heat of five. In lane 1, Madeline Hendricksma from Ann Arbor Pioneer. Lane 2, Annalise Heisenbutel from Huron. Lane 3, Katie Warren from Celine. Lane 4, Victoria Whedon from Celine. Lane 5, Stefania Lipicolo from Celine. Lane 5, Sydney Sawyer from Skyline. Lane 6, Kiana Hamadi from Huron. And in lane 8, Catherine Sue from Celine. Again, from the bottom to the top, Hendricksma, Heisenbutel, Warren, Whedon, Lipicolo, Sawyer, Hamadi, and Sue. The cool down for Heat 2 is over. Cool down for Heat 1 is over. Heat 2. Heat 2 of the 100 free is on the blocks. At the midway point, it's going to be Victoria Whedon from Celine turning first, touching second. Sydney Sawyer from Skyline, and third, Stephanie Lipicolo from Celine, all at the midway point. Taking the heat will be Victoria Whedon from Celine with a time of 102.65. Second will go to Sydney Sawyer of Skyline, 104.35. Third, Stefania Lipicolo from Celine with a time of 105.29. Fourth goes to Katie Warren from Celine with a time of 107.70. Fifth goes to Catherine Sue from Celine with a time of 107.72. Sixth goes to Annalise Heisenbutel from Huron with a time of 108.11. And seventh goes to Kiana Hamadi from Huron with a time of 108.64. And rounding out the heat will be Maddie Hendricksma with a time of 112.57. Moving on to the third heat of 5 in the 100-yard freestyle. At the bottom of the screen, swimming for Ann Arbor Skyline, Jory Cho. In the second lane, Ella Samansky, Ann Arbor Huron. Third lane, Olivia Andrew Vaughn from Skyline. In lane 4, Audrey Cook from Celine. Lane 5, Joan Oyamba from Celine. Lane 6, E.C. Uyular from Huron. Lane 7, Aubrey Baumhover from Pioneer. And in lane 8, Ava Dawson from Skyline. Heat 3 is on the blocks. Turning first will be Joan Oyamba, followed by E.C. Uyular at the 50-yard mark. Third place seems to be in the hands of Audrey Cook. And the heat will go to Joan Oyamba from Celine with a time of 57.14. Second goes to E.C. Uyular, a time of 58.54. Third, Audrey Cook from Celine, 59.67. Fourth, Ella Samansky from Huron, 1 minute and .13. Fifth, Jory Cho, also 1 minute even, .38. Sixth, Olivia Andrew Vaughn, 1 minute even, .84. Seventh goes to Aubrey Baumhover, 102.28. And eighth goes to Ava Dawson with a time of 103.72. That brings us to heat 4 of 5 for the 100-yard free. In lane 1, the bottom of the screen, Piper Campbell for Pioneer. Lane 2, Shannon Lee for Skyline. Lane 3, Erica Sald from Skyline. Lane 4, Carolyn Klein from Saline. Lane 5, Sam Bullard, Saline. Lane 6, Catherine Hemela from Huron. Lane 7, Allie Dininger from Skyline. And Lane 8, Lauren McNeil from Skyline. Again, Heat 4 from the bottom to the top. Campbell, Lee, Sald, Klein, Bullard, Hemela, Dininger, and McNeil. At the midway turn, it's going to be Hemela making the turn first in lane 6 for Huron, followed by Klein for Skyline. And touching first will be Catherine Hemela from Huron with a time of 55:06. Second goes to Carolyn Klein from Saline. I said Skyline before. Carolyn Klein's from Saline, time of 55:35. Third goes to Erica Sald from Skyline, 56:86. Fourth goes to Shannon Lee from Skyline, 56.9. Fifth, Piper Campbell with a time of 57.4. Sixth goes to Allie Dininger from Skyline with a time of 58.39. Seventh will go to Lauren McNeil with a time of 58.81. However, the touchpad in lane 5 did not register for Sam Bullard, and I do not know where Sam finished this heat. So she will be inserted there somewhere, and a few positions will move down, depending upon Sam's official time. As always, because it's problems like these, check Meet Mobile for the official standings of every heat. Moving on to the finals, heat 5 of 5 for the 100-yard freestyle. At the bottom of the screen, in lane 1, Zanna Baker for Ann Arbor Huron. In lane 2, Koya Sam from Pioneer. In lane 3, Amelia Wahing from Pioneer. Lane 4, Amelia Hayes from Saline. Lane 5, Vivian Van Rentergem from Pioneer. Lane 6, Sophia Guao from Pioneer. Lane 7, Jasmine Zhu from Huron. And Lane 8, Anna Bosinger from Saline. Or it may be Bosinger. My apologies. Change the overall stream though. I tried to see if I could speed up the encoding. That's why it's smaller. The finals of the 100 free is on the blocks. Making the turn first is Zana Baker from Huron in lane 1. This will be very close to the end. Going to be almost a dead heat. Amelia Weihing with a time of 52.72 takes first. Second, Vivia Van Rentergem from Pioneer with a time of 52.77. That's just 5/100ths of a second behind Weihing. Third, Amelia Hayes, 52.87, a tenth of a second behind Van Rentergem. So very tight, and they're going to take the scores down again, the times down again. So I cannot complete the times for the rest of the swimmers. The team scores at this point: Ann Arbor Pioneer 369. In first, second is Celine, 295 points. Third is Huron, 240. And they're just cycling through the board quickly, information faster than I can read it out to you, so we'll do our best to keep up. This brings us to the 8th event, the 500-yard freestyle. There will be two heats in the 500-yard freestyle. And the lanes are not quite full in the first heat. In lane 2, at the bottom of the screen, near the bottom of the screen, Nora McGillicuddy from Saline. In lane 3, Shayla Palicki from Huron. In lane 4, Joanna Horvath from Skyline. In lane 5, Kate Lindstrom from Pioneer. Lane 6, SG Poiraz from Huron. And lane 7, Sarah Osterholzer from Pioneer. Again, lane 2 will be near the bottom of the screen, and lane 7 near the top. The first heat of the 500-yard freestyle is on the blocks. As a note, lane 3 does not have a swimmer, so Shayla Palicki. Shayla is from Huron, appears to be a scratch in this heat. After the first 100, it's going to be Horvath, followed by Lindstrom, followed by Poiraz. After the second 100, it's still going to be Horvath by about a body length, and very close together, Lindstrom and Poirez slightly ahead of Lindstrom by less than a second. After 300 yards, the race is tightening. It is still going to be Horvath by just a stroke or two, with Poirez touching second and Lindstrom in third. Only about a half a second separates first to third place. And with 100 yards to go, it's Lindstrom from Pioneer surging, with Poirez touching just before Horvath. And Lindstrom takes the bell, followed by Poirez. Horvath fading to about one body length behind. Taking the heat will be Katie Lindstrom from Ann Arbor Pioneer with a time of 59:05. Second will go to SG Poirez from Huron with a time of 5:51:92. Third will go to Joanna Horvath from Skyline with a time of 5:53:22. Touching fourth will be Sarah Ulsterhoser from Ann Arbor Pioneer with a time of 6:15:33, and rounding out the heat will be Nora McGillicuddy from Saline with a time of 6:21:68. So, we will come to the finals of the 500-yard freestyle. Swimming in lane 1 at the bottom of your screen, Lauren Sloan from Skyline. Lane 2, Gina Sadler from Skyline. Lane 3, Lindsay Oranger Howe from Pioneer. Lane 4, Stella Chapman from Pioneer. Lane 5, Kirsten Russell from Saline. Lane 6, Elizabeth Burkhart from Saline. Lane 7, Ella Enrique Shakespeare from Skyline. And Lane 8, Cassidy Spizak from Pioneer.
Yes, quick.
And the finals for the 500-yard free are on the blocks. After the first 100, it's going to be Oranger Howe from Pioneer, followed by Chapman from Pioneer, and touching almost identically would be Russell from Saline and Sadler from Skyline. My apologies, I believe I was a lane off. It was actually in the lead is the 4th lane, Stella Chapman, followed by, in the 5th lane, Kirsten Russell. And then it's Oranger Howe and Elizabeth Burkhart from Saline that are neck and neck for 3rd. Very close after the second 100, and almost a dead heat. Chapman and Russell will touch just 3/100ths of a second apart. And then behind those two, Oranger Howe and Burkhart, 3/10ths of a second apart. After 300 yards, Kristen Russell from Saline will have a few strokes lead over Stella Chapman from Pioneer. Oranger Howe from Pioneer touches less than a second ahead of Elizabeth Burkhart from Saline for the 3rd position. With 100 yards to go, it's going to be Kristen Russell from Saline, just ahead of Stella Chapman from Pioneer. Oranger Howe has established a bit of a lead, about a body length lead in third place over Elizabeth Burchart from Saline. Taking the bell will be Russell, just barely ahead of Chapman by 9/100ths of a second. Oranger Howe comfortably in third now. Chapman and Russell turn almost identically at the far end of the pool, digging for the wall. And it's going to be Stella Chapman from Ann Arbor Pioneer with a time of 4:59.24, followed by Kristen Russell from Saline, 4:59.33, just 9/100ths of a second behind. Third place goes to Lindsay Oranger Howe with a time of 5:11.73. Fourth, Elizabeth Burchart from Saline, a time of 5:15.94. Fifth goes to Gina Sadler from Skyline, a time of 5:16.12. Touching sixth, Ella Enrique Shakespeare from Skyline with a time of 5:28.31. Seventh will go to Lauren Sloan from Skyline with a time of 5:43.42. Thank you. And rounding out the heat will be Cassidy Spizak from Pioneer with a time of 5:57.74. There were several people that had state cuts already in there, but a new one to Elizabeth Burchart. We believe this is her first state cut time, so she's congratulations, Elizabeth. You are on the way to states. This will move us on to the ninth event, the 200-yard freestyle relay. There will be two heats. In the first heat, swimming at the bottom of the screen in lane one, the Huron E team of Heisenbutel, Regal, Esper, and Gleason. In lane two, the Pioneer D team as Farmer, Olstenholzer, Wright, and Hendricksma. In lane three, the Huron B team, Kaipinen, Sakamoto, Samansky, and Poiraz. In lane four, the Pioneer B team of Sam, Pringle, Gillette, and Van Rentergem. In lane five, the Saline B team, Klein, Ehrman, Oyamba, and Burchart. In lane six, the Skyline B team, McNeil, Kim, Sadler, and Enrique Shakespeare. In lane seven, the Huron D team of Beal, Sutton, Leone, and Hamadi. And in lane 8, the Skyline D team of Horning, Chin, Fields, and Gillette, Jasmine Gillette. Heat 1 of the 200-yard free relay is on the box. At the first exchange, it's going to be the Pioneer B team, followed by the Huron B team. the Huron. Sorry, let me check that. After the second exchange, the Pioneer B team, followed by the Saline B team, with the Skyline B team in third. The And taking the heat will be the Pioneer B team with a time of 1:38.32. Finishing second will be the Saline B, 1:43.7. Touching third, the Skyline B, 1:46.28. Fourth, Ann Arbor Huron B team with a time of 1:48.16. Fifth will go to the Huron D team with a time of 2:01.86. Sixth will go to Pioneer D with a time of 2:03.43. Touching seventh will be the Huron E team with a time of 2:14.29. And rounding out the heat will be the Skyline D team with a time of 2:24.77. Looking ahead to the finals of the 200 freestyle relay, in lane 1 for Saline will be their C team of Braden, Cook, Lapicolo, and McGillicuddy. In lane 2, the Pioneers C team of Howe, Baybeck, Baumhover, and Campbell. In lane 3, the Huron A team of Streeter, Zoo, Hemela, and Baker. In lane 4, the Pioneer A team with Kramer, Guao, Weihing, and Chapman. Lane 5, the Saline A team, Bolzinger, Sosha, Arbaugh, and Graydon. Lane 6, the Skyline A team, Lee, Deininger, Sald, and Cosma. Lane 7, the Skyline C team, Cho, Dawson, Mars, and Sloan. And in lane 8, the Huron C team of Uyular, Schneiderwind, Yalavarthi, and Paulicki. The finals of the 200-yard freestyle are on the block. At the first exchange, it's going to be the Ann Arbor Huron A team, followed by the Pioneer A team. In third place, lane 5, the Saline A team. Fourth place, lane 6, the Skyline A team. After the exchange, it's going to be Pioneer A, followed by Huron A, followed by Saline A. Skyline A is still holding fourth. With the anchor leg left, it's going to be Pioneer A, followed by Huron A and Saline A. Then Skyline A. Everything holding steady. It's looking very much like the event will finish in that order. And taking the event will be Pioneer A with a time of 1:34.97. Second will go to Huron A with a time of 1:36.74. Third, Saline A with a time of 1:39.11. And fourth, Skyline A with a time of 1:42.36. Touching fifth will be the Pioneer C team with a time of 1:49.37. And the C team of Saline will get sixth with a time of 1:52.52. The seventh place goes to the Skyline C team, 1:56.18. And the eighth place will go to Ann Arbor Huron C team with a time of 1:56.28. That completes event 9. The next event, event 10, is the 100-yard backstroke. We will have 3 heats in the 100-yard backstroke. In heat 1 of 3, from Ann Arbor Huron, Sarah Abdul Haq in lane 1. Lane 2, Sydney Sawyer from Skyline. Lane 3, Hannah Berman from Ann Arbor Huron. Lane 4, Kate Lindstrom from Pioneer. Lane 5, Savannah Farmer from Pioneer. Lane 6, Margot Leone from Huron. Lane 7, Natalie Bonzak from Huron. And Lane 8, Catherine Lee from Huron. So again, after the cool down from the freestyle relay, heat 1 of 3 in the 100-yard backstroke. From the bottom to the top, Abdul Haq, Sawyer, Berman, Lindstrom, Farmer, Leone, Bonzak, and Lee. I think they're trying to catch the scoreboard up. It's still showing the 200 free relay. The board now shows heat 1. The first heat of the 100-yard free is in the water. At the midway point, it's going to be Kate Lindstrom of Pioneer in lane 4, followed by Catherine Lee in lane 8. The third touch will go to Sydney Sawyer of Skyline. Taking the heat is going to be Catherine Lee from Huron with a time of 107.24, followed in second by Kate Lindstrom of Pioneer with a time of 107.85. The third touch is going to go to Sydney Sawyer from Skyline with a time of 116.68. Finishing fourth, Savannah Farmer from Pioneer, a time of 120.86. Fifth will go to Hannah Berman, a time of 121.69. Sixth goes to Madeline Bonzak with a time of 1:23.92. Seventh is marked as Sarah Abdul Haq with a time of 1:24.73. And then showing eighth is Margot Leone from Huron, but I do not think that is her time. She finished somewhere in the middle of the pack, and the pad just did not work correctly. So again, it's a good time to make a reminder. Always check the final event standings in Meet Mobile. We just read what we see on the scoreboard, and it's not always 100% accurate. That brings us to Heat 2 of the 100-yard backstroke. At the bottom of your screen in Lane 1, Clara Bowman from Huron. Lane 2, Allison Plout-Snyder from Saline. Lane 3, Nani Sana from Saline. Lane 4, Shannon Lee from Skyline. Lane 5, Ali Guevara from Skyline. Lane 6, Sawako Sakamoto from Huron. Lane 7, Izzy Whalen from Saline. And Lane 8, Madeline Baybeck from Ann Arbor Pioneer. The cool downs from the first heat are still underway. Again, running down the second of 3 heats for the 100-yard backstroke from the bottom to the top. Bowman, Plout-Snyder, Sana, Lee, Guevara, Sakamoto, Whalen, and Baybeck. Heat 2 of the 100-yard backstroke is in the water. Touching first in lane 5, Ali Guevara from Skyline. Right on her heels, down in lane 1, Clara Bowman from Huron. This is going to be a very tight heat between the first 6 swimmers. First is going to go to Ali Guevara Skyline with a time of 101.82. Second, Sawako Sakamoto from Huron, a time of 101.90. Third, Nani Sana with a time of 102.11. Fourth, Shannon Lee with a time of Skyline, 102.3. Fifth, Clara Bowman from Huron, a time of 102.4. Sixth, Alice Plout Snyder from Saline with a time of 102.65. Seventh, Izzy Whalen from Saline, a time of 105.96. And eighth, Madeline Bayback from Pioneer with a time of 107.73. And we have a new state cut for Ali Guevara from Skyline. Congratulations, Ali. You're going to the States in the 100-yard backstroke. And in the finals of the 100-yard backstroke, at the bottom of the screen in lane 1, Emily Tran from Huron. Lane 2, Kirsten Russell from Saline. Lane 3, Amelia Hayes from Saline. Lane 4, Koya Sam from Pioneer. Lane 5, Lily Cleason from Skyline. Lane 6, Kylie Evanson from Saline, or maybe Evanson. Lane 7, Holly Pringle from Pioneer. And lane 8, Autumn Bullinger from Pioneer. And everybody in this heat has already achieved a state cut. So we'll expect a very fast and a very close race. The finals of the 100-yard backstroke is underway. Be very tight at the turn. Lanes 2 and 3 in almost a dead heat. Kirsten Russell and Saline, Amelia Hayes from Saline. 4 100ths of a second apart to make the turn first. It's Sam charging to the wall, taking first place with a time of 56.45. Second goes to Lily Cleason of Skyline, 56.63. Third goes to Kristen Russell, 57.87. Fourth, Amelia Hayes from Saline, 57.23. Fifth, Kylie Evanson from Saline, 57.81. Sixth, Autumn Bullinger from Pioneer, 57.91. Sixth, that was sixth, Autumn. Seventh, Holly Pringle with a time of 57.98. And eighth, Emily Tran from Huron with a time of 59.27. Everybody there easily, again, going underneath the state cut time. No new state cuts. They'd all achieved them in prior heats. Moving on to the 100-yard breaststroke, there'll be 4 heats. 4 heats. In heat 104, we will have just 3 swimmers. In lane 3, Pooja Yalvarthi in lane of Huron. In lane 4, Maddie Hendriksma of Pioneer. And lane 5, Claire Leone of Huron. Once again, we apologize so much for the poor video streaming conditions. I hope the audio is coming through okay. This is turning more into a radio broadcast than a video broadcast. The scores after the backstroke: in first place, Ann Arbor Pioneer with a score of 527. Second, Celine, 429. They take that down so quickly. Third was Skyline. I can't say the score. And fourth was Huron. I believe it was Huron. Heat 1 of the 100-yard breaststrokes on the blocks. At the midway point, it's going to be Yalavarthi with a comfortable lead. And a close race between Hendriksma and Leone for second and third. And taking the heat will be Puya Yalavarthi with a time of 119.6 from Ann Arbor, Huron. Second place in lane 5 is going to go to Claire Leone from Ann Arbor, Huron with a time of 135.05. And rounding out the heat will be Madeline Hendriksma from Pioneer with a time of 137.11. In the second heat of 4, second of 4 in the 100-yard breaststroke. At the bottom of your screen in lane 1, Annalise Heisenbutel from Huron. Lane 2, Amara Spiel from Huron. Lane 3, Sophia Mars from Skyline. Lane 4, Ava Dawson from Skyline. Lane 5, Garciela Maza from Skyline. Lane 6, Victoria Whedon from Celine. And lane 7, Sophia Regal from Huron. Still cooling down from the first heat of the 100-yard breaststroke. So again, recapping the lane assignments for Heat 2, starting from the bottom in Lane 1. Heisenbutel, Beal, Mars, Dawson, Mazza, Whedon, and Regal. Heat 2 underway. At the midway point, Mazza from Skyline will touch first, followed by Dawson from Skyline. The third touch is going to go to Victoria Whedon from Celine, and fourth is being held by Sophia Mars from Skyline. And the heat will go to Graciela Mazza from Skyline with a final time of 1:17.57, followed by Ava Dawson from Skyline with a time of 1:18.54. The third touch will go to Victoria Whedon of Celine, 1:25.22, followed by Sophia Mars in fourth with a time of 1:25.36. Fifth goes to Sophia Regal from Huron with a time of 1:26.05. Sixth, Amaris Beal from Huron with a time of 1:30.41. Seventh, Annalise Heisenbutel with Huron for the time of 1:32.31, and there was no eighth swimmer. So that rounds out the second heat in the 100-yard breaststroke. Heat 3 of 4 of the 100-yard breaststroke. At the bottom of the screen in Lane 1 for Ann Arbor Skyline, Sky Rowley. In Lane 2 for Pioneer, Rachel Brubaker. Lane 3 for Skyline, Miranda Nielsen. Lane 4 for Huron, Emma Kaipanen. Lane 5 for Celine, Courtney Marsh. Lane 6 for Celine, Abigail Phillips. Lane 7 for Huron, Ayaka Sakamoto. Lane 8 for Pioneer, Cassidy Spizak. Again, the recap of Heat 3 from bottom to top. Rowley, Brubaker, Nielsen, Kaipanen, Marsh, Phillips, Sakamoto, and Spizak. Heat 3 of the 100-yard breaststroke is underway. The midway turn is going to go to Lane 4, Emma Kaipanen of Huron, followed by Lane 5, Courtney Marsh of Celine. Third place appears to be Ayaka Sakamoto from Huron. Kaipinen stretching out a comfortable lead. The race is for second and third between Marsh and Sakamoto. Kaipinen touches first with a time of 108.28, and second goes to Sakamoto with a time from Huron with a time of 112.47. Third goes to Rachel Brubaker with a time of 112.57. Fourth, Courtney Marsh, 112.67. Fifth place, Miranda Nielsen from Skyline, 113.6. Seventh place goes to Sky Rowley from Skyline with a time of 116.05. And eighth place goes to Cassidy Spizak with a time of 117.98. And we would like to congratulate Emma Kaipinen with a new state cut time from Emma's from Ann Arbor, Huron. And congratulations, Emma. You're going to states in the 100-yard breaststroke. That brings us to the finals of the 100-yard breaststroke. In lane 1, nearest your screen, or to the bottom of your screen, Ellie Brunty, Celine. Lane 2, Jasmine Zhu from Huron. Lane 3, Annalise Streeter from Huron. Lane 4, Edwina Gillette from Pioneer. Lane 5, Lily Kramer from Pioneer. Lane 6 will be Megan Sosha from Celine. Lane 7, Yanni Adler from Pioneer. And lane 8 will be Sophia Nielsen from Skyline. And once again, recapping the lane assignments from the bottom of your screen to the top. Brunty, Zhu, Streeter, Edwina Gillette, Kramer, Sosha, Adler, and Sophia Nielsen. The finals of the 100-yard breaststroke is underway. Leading at the midway point will be Annalise Streeter from Huron in lane 3. Followed by Edwina Gillette in Pioneer 4 and Lily Kramer from Pioneer in lane 5. It is Streeter, Gillette, and Kramer. Gillette trying to charge. Gillette is coming close. Gillette may get to the wall first, and she does. Edwina Gillette from Pioneer with a time of 103 even. Second goes to Annalise Streeter with a time of 103.18. Third goes to Lily Kramer with a time of 104.18. Fourth goes to Megan Sosha with a time of 106.76. Fifth goes to Jasmine Zhu with a time of 107. Sixth, Yan Yi Adler with a time of 107.89. Seventh goes to Ellie Brunty from Celine with a time of 110.98. And rounding out the heat will be Sophia Nielsen from Skyline with a time of 111.38. And we are happy to report a couple of new state cuts. A lot of girls had state cuts already in that event. But now, Jasmine Zhu from Huron and Yan Yi Adler from Pioneer are now both going to states in the 100-yard breaststrokes. Congratulations, ladies, and congratulations to all the swimmers on a very exciting heat. This brings us to our final event of the meet. Event 12 is the 400-yard freestyle relay. There'll be 2 heats. In the first heat, in lane 1, from the Pioneer D team of Ulsterholzer, Wright, Hendriksma, and Spizak. In lane 2, the Celine D team of Whalen, Cook, Warren, and Whedon. In lane 3, the Skyline B team of McNeil, Enrique Shakespeare, Andrew Vaughn, and Sloan. In lane 4, the Pioneer B team of Bullinger, Oranger, Howe, Woods, and Adler. In lane 5, the Celine B team of Bullard, Ehrman, Plout, Snyder, and Sana. In lane 6, the Huron B team of Lee, Uyular, Poirez, and Bauman. Lane 7, the Skyline D team of Mars, Sawyer, Nielsen, and Maza. And in lane 8, the Huron D team of Paulicki, Berman, Abdul Haq, and Leon. Heat 1 and 2 of the 400-yard freestyles is underway. At the first exchange, it's going to be the Pioneer B team in lane 4 with a 2 body length lead, maybe 3 over the Celine B team, and followed by the Huron B team in third place. At the midway point, the Pioneer B team is going to have a comfortable half a pool length lead. In second place will be the Celine B team in lane 5. And the third exchange will go to the Huron B team in lane 6. Skyline B appears to be holding 4th position. Coming in for the final exchange, the Pioneer B team has a comfortable lead of 3 or 4 body lengths. Celine B touches second, or makes the last exchange second. Skyline has gained, and they have taken the 3rd place, followed by, that was the Skyline B team, followed by the Huron B team. The Ann Arbor B team will take the heat with a time of 3:40.55. The second touch is going to go to Celine B with a time of 3:46.76. Third is going to go to the Skyline B team with a time of 4:00.19. Fourth goes to Huron B with a time of 4:03.55. The fifth place, Celine D with a time of 4:14.37. Sixth will go to Skyline D with a time of 4:18.10. Seventh place goes to Ann Arbor Pioneer D with a time of 4:35.12, and rounding out the heat, Ann Arbor Huron with a time of 4:56.39. And rounding out today's meet will be the finals of the 400-yard freestyle relay. In lane 1 for Skyline C team of Husel, Horvath, Rowley, and Nielsen. In lane 2, the Pioneer C team of Yadmark, Howe, Lindstrom, and Brubaker. In lane 3, the Skyline A team of Cosma, Sadler, Guevara, and Cleason. In lane 4, the Celine A team of Graydon, Evanson, Russell, and Hayes. In lane 5, the Pioneer A team of Chapman, Van Rentergem, Weihing, and Kramer. In lane 6, the Huron A team of Baker, Sakamoto, Hemela, and Tran. In lane 7, the Celine C team of Burchart, Braden, Phillips, and Marsh. And in lane 8 at the top of your screen, the Huron C team of Schneiderwind, Streeter, Hamadi, and Bonsack. The finals of the 400-yard free relay are on the blocks. It's going to be very close. Oh, at the split there, we have lanes 3, 4, 5, and 6, all within a couple strokes of each other. Pioneer A is going to make the first exchange, followed closely by Skyline A, I believe. And Celine A, almost in a dead heat. It'll be Pioneer A at the split here, followed by Celine A. And Skyline A establishing a hold on third. At the midway point, it's going to be Pioneer A by a body length over Celine A. Skyline A comes to the wall half a second ahead of Huron A. Coming in for the final exchange, Pioneer A will hold a body length lead over Celine A. Skyline A, half a body length lead over Huron A for third. The finals for the 400-yard freestyle will be taken by Pioneer A with a time of 3:28.77. Second will go to Celine A with a time of 3:31.17. Skyline A will come to the wall third with a time of 3:39.41, followed by Huron A with a time of 3:41.96. Fifth place is going to go to the Ann Arbor Pioneers C team with a time of 4:00.44. Sixth will belong to Celine C with a time of 4:01.90. The seventh spot, the Skyline C team with a time of 4:06.25. And rounding out the meet tonight, the Huron C team with a time of 4:31.88. That completes the swimming. We'll hold on to the stream here for a few minutes to see if they post the final team points on the screen or not, or how they're going to do this. Not 100% certain, so we'll just hold the stream. Our apologies again for the broken video streams and things not streaming very well. My assistant's going to make an adjustment to the camera here for
How do you zoom?
the ring. What do you want to show?
Can't see it, sorry. I can't see it.
That's the final free relay. On the screen, the results for the 400 free relay. And the team scores. Ann Arbor Pioneer 640. Celine in second, 511. Ann Arbor Huron is in third with a score of 408. And in fourth place, Skyline with a score of 393. Thank you so much for your patience sticking with the stream. I believe there's going to be one more kind of a last chance meet this week that we will stream again, but for most of you, this will be the last stream you'll be connecting to. So thanks for your patience today, and it's been a lot of fun streaming the events out to all the homes in the league over the last few weeks. So thanks again, and best wishes to all your swimmers as they proceed to regionals and states and so on throughout the season.